Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. A very brief break to set us off into Nuke. I'm Pineapple Phillips, joined by Boggs, and the pistol round is upon us. 9Z, it is their map pick, and as a result, they start on the T side. No fear, though. They will run straight out the hut. Player up top is VenomZera. He has the dualies in hand, but he's only good for one. Destiny finds a second for his team. Destiny a third, doubling down, and the last two players are now marooned. They aren't out. They're stuck between a flurry of bullets, and there's nowhere they can go for respite. One flanking in towards the trophy room, one pushing in towards the hut. Nowhere for those players to go, and that is a very succinct victory for Paquetá Gaming.
Nice, easy, clean for Paquetá. They get the mop-up done. No bomb plan for 9Z. Exactly the start they needed on their CT side. Now we go into a full Glock round for 9Z. I don't think they're going to have too much in terms of a chance to win this round. It's going to be a pretty rough one. But it's just a mop-up opportunity for Paquetá at this point. Grab some money, use the MP9s, close the gap, grab some cash, and then move forward for more. There's one for Nython, another one for Yell. Destiny chimes in again. Not necessarily too many kills in the MP9s, just 2 so far, but that's still 1,200 for Yell. And DGT actually just misses VenomZera, who's jumping around, just running wild for everything. Gets caught out, VenomZera. That's decent damage, all things considered, for DGT.
Kill's a kill. We've seen a lot of very potent P250 play. I think it was W7 of Academy, we saw it yesterday. Now with an MP9, he had a chance to do a lot of damage, and in fact, he did do a lot of damage. Just wasn't focused on the right player. DGT spread it out between two, and unfortunately, that does not get him across the line in either endeavor. 2-0 for Paquetá Gaming, only one player following. That is a pretty solid scoreline, all things considered. Only losing an MP9 and also preventing a bomb plant. That's pretty consequential. 9Z, though, will have rifles. The issue is that lack of a bomb plant in rounds 1 and 2 means that their buy here is going to cut some corners. Max lacking utility. Buddha on a Galil. Leaves a lot to be desired, but I think they still have a slight edge given the MP9 in Yell's hands.
A slight edge, but the MP9 in the right position can still do a lot of damage. VenomZera is skirting the flames, just sitting on that edge of hut. And he will not be singed, will not be forced off of that position. That could be something that catches off 9Z if they do want to execute into the A site. Keep an eye on that if it does come to an A hit, which is starting to look a little more likely now, especially with Max clearing up. Although at this point, there is the possibility that he could have popped up Tetris again, gone back up top. The double of Mustang and Hut. Oh, there's the second Molotov. Now VenomZera's gonna burn. Drops onto the door, still catches one. Nython half HP as well. Backstab onto David, who did grab 2. Destiny got caught off, but now Nython backstabbed by Buddha. Onto the Psycho's Ale, and he's only gonna go 1 for 1, leaving just Yell and the MP9 in a 1v2. They smoke him off and have a good idea where he's coming from, but he could still grab one quickly. There is space between Try and DGT, especially with this back silo plan. There's an opportunity, but he doesn't clear the angle. DGT shuts it down. And 9Z on the board with that gun round. That was against the bonus of Paquetá, although VenomZera and Ale both very low on money here. It's going to be a broken buy for the CT side and an opportunity for 9Z to tie things up early.
9Z's economy is still worn thin. They lost 3 players. Sure, they can reinvest, but there's still some cracks. Buddha lacking a little bit of utility here. And there's not much money left in the bank either for anybody on 9Z, excluding Max at 1150, but that's still not a significant chunk of cash. If Paquetá can pull this off, if they can survive with these pistols, the MP9 and the M4s, then they can reset 9Z's economy. Same could be said, though, for 9Z. This is a swing round, a rather important one at that. Team that wins here should have an early lead because of it. Max starts things off well through the smoke. Headshots Yell. Second player in towards Hut. I like the idea on the one-way, but he can't find the 1D. VenomZera pops away. Just some shots through the wall. He actually comes out on top of that engagement. Max chipped down to 28. But 9Z have had tremendous inroads elsewhere. Player down towards Secret. Walked all the way across. Try shows presence in the outside yard. Okay, split towards B's on the cards. Nice idea from Nython. Bait and switch for Ale. He finds the opening, tying things back up at 4 apiece. David, though, is still sticking around. That rifle, as it stands, is irrecoverable. 9Z dancing around all edges of the map. At this point, it looks like an A split might be to call up the vents, as David just throws a fake towards ramp. Never mind. He drops the bomb as well. That's a big one to find. Ale could have done enough for his team. 40 seconds left. Try does eventually trade, but Still a lot of map control to gain for 9Z. They do find the space. They do get the bomb down. Paquetá, they have 2 M4s. They have an MP9, but no kit for this retake.
No kit for the retake. And that means it's probably going to be a save for Paquetá. They are going to go for the save. No utility really to facilitate that either. Even if they did have a kit, it would still likely be a save call. And that's going to be 2 in a row here for 9Z. Only 2 casualties going to help that T-side economy grow, as it wasn't in the best of spots just yet. But Paquetá saving. Probably reinvest again on both Ale and Yell. That's going to be second round loss bonus, only 1900. That's going to be... I don't know.
Good pistols before.
Yeah, just pistol it out and kind of weird half by it here. It's probably the best call.
Venom's Hair dropped the Deagle to Yell, perhaps, because he's at 2K. Ale buy a pistol of his own, something similar along those lines, and then go from there. No, Ale will take the Deagle instead from Venom's Hair. AKs across the board for 9Z, though. This is time for them to really build up that T-side economy, keep these rounds relatively clean, and then go from there. They can really steal away the advantage and the lead on Nuke. On the T side, no less. Again, that's rather important given the CT-sided nature of Nuke.
Ooh, that's a messy fight outside. David needs to win that, but he can't. Nithon gets the kill, and that is a huge boost for Paquetá. Ale taking the shots down range. Deagle trying to ring out. Will get mollied out of position. But again, he's just the man on the Deagle. He's bought a lot of time. DGT might get the drop on Venom's Arrow. Doesn't check his angle, and he gets killed. Ale still looking for something, but Buddha removes him. 3v3 to a 3v2 as Destiny has come from behind and struck in the back onto Buddha. Try does know where a couple of players are. Nithon gets dropped by DGT down to the B site. He does know where Destiny is as well. Alone on these 2 players. Isolated fights and duels. DGT out of ammo. But he is able to reload as Yell makes his way down the ramp as well. Destiny into the crosshair of DGT. Just Yell left alive, grabbing an AK. And where is Try? Try's got the bomb. And he's planning on A? It's a big, nice little fake here for these two players. And a big amount of confidence for Try to get that bomb down all alone in the open on A site.
Very big bit of confidence there. That could really go wrong if his teammate's a little further into B and Yell is more aggressive and on the right side. It could undo the round, especially if there's a kit in play. Of course, there isn't. We know that. Try hunting around towards Trophy, gets the final nail in the coffin. That round was not cheap, but they get it across the line. They get the bomb plant, and they'll be able to fully invest into round number 6. 9Z stealing away the lead on their own map pick, 3-2. But Paquetá, they finally have an investment on the board. M4s across the board and utility. The early goings of this game has been very scrappy, so no one's built up enough money to go for the off. I'm interested to see, when do we see the big green in the server?
It might be a minute, because I don't even know if necessarily 9Z are going to want to go for it first, because if it's full rifles, having the op on the T side might not necessarily be the best course of action. So for Paquetá, it's kind of going to rely on them to get the op out. I'm assuming Yell is going to hold on to that, given his history with the weapon on rosters past. But 9Z are starting to look much better already, Nate, than they did yesterday in that second series that we got to see them against MIBR, which is a positive result. Buddha hitting some shots early is good for him, but as usual, it is DGT to be the main motor for the team in the early going. Jeez, Nithon's been able to get away with these kills so well. How does he get 2? How do they not peek him together? David's got a peek out from Unbreakable there. He can't let his teammate die.
Some miscommunication, some chaos. Looking a little bit frazzled, 9Z. And Yell now knows where Try is. Yell takes him down. The last player alive, David, he was around Unbreakable. He's on 17 HP, and Yell has read him like a book. As a big set of kills. 3 for Yell in towards the garage, and 2 for Nithon up top of the air conditioner. That was a massive, massive set of kills for them, and that was a convincing victory that Paquetá needs. It gives them confidence. It gives them a relatively clean victory as well. It allows them to slowly build that economy. Means they have a clean buy in round number 7. And 9Z, their buy is the opposite. It's disheveled. It's all over the place. 3 Deagles, an AK, an op for Try. We were questioning when the op would come out. And it's now of all rounds.
I'm very much questioning this, Nate. I have very many questions about why the op was caught in this situation. Could have gotten a rifle, an AK, and a Galil, and utility instead of the op. But the op is purchased. Tries already tagged down to half HP. Does get a tag on an Ithon, but it's just a leg shot. Yell doubles up before he's traded back. Yes, it is against pistols, but that's still a man advantage remaining for Paquetá. David, that's dastardly on the Ale, though. That's going to level things up to a 3v3. Winnable now, considering the low HP on Nithon and rifles to be salvaged. Destiny, though, holds the secret stairs, and the secret will remain in the favor of Paquetá for now. Try and Max with a lot of work to do to claw their way back into this round. But Destiny just gives Max an opening up the vents. And Try, grouping up with his teammate, has that op. He is tagged, but never mind, he's not going to group up. They're going to leave the bomb in the lobby and go for some picks. Venomzera back silos. It's not a terrible angle for him to hold against the op.
There's the shoulder spot. Try goes for a Molotov after spotting the player. And Max now, he takes some damage. His positioning is known, but he has dropped Nithon, bringing it to a one-on-one. He can grab the bomb now. He knows, relatively speaking, where Venomzera can be. He was backside. That means he'll be walking towards the door. Timing's everything. Did Venomzera spot this cross? I don't think so. Venomzera, they go down the vents, play both sites with his ears, listening for some information. My body is client side, so I don't know if it's in his crosshair or not. Max, he is red. Very well done from Venomzera going down the vents. Very proactive rotation. Could have gone either direction with the timing in towards the squeaky door, but it favors the Paquetá player. 4-3. They do regain control of the situation on their CT side. But these rounds are expensive. They're costly. 9Z, they didn't get the bomb plant, and they invested everything, so they're going to be on pistols now. Paquetá, they lost 4 players. That means they have to wholly reinvest into this one. They're lacking a utility on Ale. They need to keep this anti-eco round clean if they want to build that CT economy.
Keeping it clean is necessary, and I mean flawless. You lose one player and it's still going to hurt immensely for Paquetá. They don't have anything built up, and the 9Z will have a buy up in the next round. Although Try might be a little bit limited, down to 1,300 after investing into a Desert Eagle. Everybody else staying around that 2K mark. DGT just dipping slightly below, picking up that armor. But if there's a player you want to have that extra bit of Kevlar, that extra bit of damage soaking ability, you want it to be DGT. Slow round for 9Z. They're hoping that Paquetá give them the fights, and Yell will actually oblige. Backs away, flash over, will not be capitalized on, but probably a good idea. Paquetá don't need to push the pistols. They don't need to take any over-aggressive angles and fights. But DGT will trade back on the Nithon. Still a 4v3. But that's the damage that Paquetá cannot afford to receive. 2 more kills, even 1. And it's going to be a terrible buy for the CT side the next round. There's a big one from Yell. DGT backstabbed by Destiny, but not finished off. Buddha's actually going to combine with DGT for that one. And they know where the op is as well. It's not about the bomb at this point for 9Z. It's about taking these guns out of the hands of Paquetá.
They can also recover the rifles now as well. That Glock for Buddha can be upgraded to an M4 perhaps. Things can spiral out of control if Paquetá aren't careful. They need 3 at minimum to survive. If they lose somebody else, they allow bomb plant. This round is a failure, given the sheer lack of investment from 9Z. Ale does catch Buddha crossing. Perfect time. Oh, he misses the shot! Just like Nico. Exactly like Nico, in fact. That is heartbreaking. That was like eerie. It's deja vu right there. Flashbacks. And that is a 5th secured for Paquetá Gaming. 3 players survive. That's okay, but again, less than ideal. Have to spend a pretty penny to get those players re-equipped. 9Z as well. A lack of a bomb plant is continuing to hurt them, continuing to stunt their growth. They're cutting corners, a lack of utility on Buddha, a Galil on Try. These corners cut do not help them in any respect.
No, and it was part of the reason why they had a downward spiral against Made in Brazil as well last night. So it's something to keep an eye on here throughout the course of this series. Still early days on Nuke, though, and it is T-side for 9Z, so getting 5-6 rounds, not bad. 6 rounds would be what you expect out of a T-side these days. At least 9Z would. And for Paquetá, they also don't exactly have a lot of cash built up either. Only Venomzera above the 2K mark. Destiny second at only 1050. And just like the graphics card, it's not a great amount. It's not a great number in Counter-Strike in the economy either. Ale, there's a wide open angle for him to take. Wins that first one-on-one. Tribal trade, but a bit late. Dangerous Molotov thrown. And it misses entirely. Bounces off the door. And Venom Zera will pick him apart. Nithon strikes as well. DGT there for the refrag, but it's a 2v3 to the favor of Paquetá. Nobody down on the B side proper, though. Opportunity for 9Z to at least get that bomb down, which they do need for the money. Down the vents, though, a player has dropped, and I believe that's Destiny working his way around a single door. No, it's Yell, but still, danger time for 9Z. There's already a man here. Good little deep angle by Yell, keeping an eye on the cross. Takes the fight against DGT, who loses that outright. Now David has no chance for a plant. He has to fight his way out.
To take it with attrition, finds one. Destiny covering that angle in response. Does a lot of damage before falling away. 15 seconds left. He has to stick the plant at this point for the money. There's no way he wins this 1 versus 2. They line up, and he does find Nithon. Destiny, though, does find the trade. Response defuse will come through. I'm sure there it is. The op is recovered as well. And we are going to come back to the cameras, ladies and gentlemen. A little bit of a brief technical problem arising. Shouldn't be too long, I hope. But the important thing here is that 9Z are cutting corners, and honestly, they're losing because of it. They're missing a bit of utility. They're coming right back into the game, ladies and gentlemen. Very brief. But they are cutting corners, and it's not helping their investments. But it is keeping Paquetá's economy pruned as well. The issue is Paquetá are always just able to eke out the full investment. They have that op, they have the M4s. Whereas 9Z are just continuing to stumble. They're continuing to lose rounds that at one point or another were recoverable.
Good Molotov towards Squeaky Door. Destiny seeing that smoke. Max trying to spam that first vent, but Destiny does not want to sit in that angle. And thereby he will escape. Lots of utility being chucked in by 9Z on another half buy with a hero rifle. So far. Oh, never mind. There's the opening pick. Buddha just gets lucky. Nithon picking a very passive angle from J-Hall to Lobby, and he just gets plucked apart. Destiny down the vents gets mowed down. Yell's on his way through, but he's also being watched for. 2 players spot him, and I don't know if he saw the second man, but Ale falls in the interim, leaving it all up to these 2 players to save. 9Z on the pistols get a boost from Buddha at ramp. A nice little pick onto the dropping vent player, and that just spirals things out of control. 9Z grasping everything they can, and it's the half-buy victory for them that now could even get worse for Paquetá if players die after this bomb ticks away. Keeping rifles alive is imperative, and only one looks to survive as Yell is put down. That's 4 rifles now gained for 9Z. Nate, they came into this with a Galil. They leave with an op, 2 A1Ss. That Galil on David. That is how you build a T economy in 1 round.
I kind of expected it at one point or another. 9Z got very close to winning round after round with compromised buy after compromised buy. Eventually, the dominoes would end in their favor. And of course, they do fall in their favor in round number 10. That gives them a lot of economic advantage to work with. And of course, as we mentioned, Paquetá, they were teetering on the edge, and now they're sent over the edge. They have an M4 that was saved, a FAMAS Scout. It's a desperate investment. We'll have to see if they can make do with these compromised weapons like 9Z have in the round prior. Buddha starts things off well. A good start towards the ramp. Drops Ala, the only defender. Now the bomb will race downwards towards the B site. Destiny lurking around in this smoke, but can he find anything? That's the question. Venom Zera, the one saved M4. Found one, but it was quickly traded. David, he is holding for Destiny. He's in towards Hut. Should be no chance for the 3 remaining players of Paquetá to find anything at this point. Should probably be saving their weapons for round number 12.
Should definitely be saving again because they don't have any money, and this is the trap they found themselves in. Just closed in on without that money, losing so many players in rounds 1. And that's not a way to build a CT economy. The hunt from DGT yields another. And now the bounteous economy of 9Z is going to be allowed to grow even more. Yes, Max did die, but somebody should drop him. Probably Buddha, as he has the most money, the most utility, and the most firepower available. So he'll definitely be the one to drop that over. And only the Deagle and the Scout saved. Out of all the guns available, the FAMAS, the Deagle, and the Scout, you saved the worst 2 guns out of it all. That is from bad to worse for Paquetá. It just cannot go better. It cannot go worse for them, honestly, at this point. They need to call a timeout for the next gun round.
The round following this one.
Unless they're able to win this one. Unless they somehow win this round.
I think it's about win this, like 9-2 won their half by a couple rounds prior, then yeah, maybe something different. They Scout nearly finds the head of Try, but Try's a little bit quicker on the trigger. David tagged down by the nade as well. Try has no fear. He knows he's against a compromised investment, and he's still pressuring with the op. They're still in heaven. No chance. Not against an op at that range. Destiny again, lurking around. He's been rather aggressive. He's pushed the ramp. He's also pushed the hut multiple times. GT lurking around. I think he spotted the foot. He should have spotted the foot. There we go.
Yeah, or his teammate did, and he's like, hey, dude, you missed a foot.
Well, no one's
Wait, no, they're
dead,
all alive.
so it would have been seen on the map. There's a red blip. Either way, they have a USP and a P2K. There should be no chance for them to find a kill. Maybe on the David since he's low.
He can get a double dink. It's not impossible.
No, come on. DGT. Oh, no. His res must have masqueraded Destiny's position. A double dink does come through. Not in the way I had anticipated. Ala sticking around with the P2Ks, looking for an exit as well. Destiny, though, has been taken down, and so has Ala. It is 6-6. As you mentioned, that's all 9Z technically need, but their stats tell us that they typically get 8 rounds at least on the T side. It's just over a 50% win rate. So they are hungry for more. Paquetá Gaming do have the buy, but we don't see the timeout we would have loved to have seen. And unless they have something very...
Python's glass.
Oh, he is. With no utility as well.
Yeah,
no kit.
It's going to be no sidearm, too. No kit at all.
Yeah,
this is dire.
Talk about cutting corners.
They just walked through the wall at this point. There's no utility. Destiny does get the spray down blind onto Max. It's a good start and drops down low. That's David down the vents. The spam's going to come through. Buddha might have been seen, maybe not. Smokes our client side after all. Will not be a thing on CS2, but we still have to wait for that. Ale getting David. Destiny burning, roasting, rushing through the flames onto the site as Ale is traded by Buddha, coming out control. He knows there's another player down. They heard Destiny stomping about, roasting and screaming in the flames. DGT there for the trade. Yell combines onto Buddha, though, leaving it all up to DGT in a 1v3. Would be a 1v3, 4K on the round. Spots the first, takes the damage, and this should be a 7 on the board for Paquetá, which is a good stabilizer. But for DGT, if he can get a kill or two here, put Paquetá back onto a terrible buy in the next round, he's going to get killed in the back. There's no way he gets anything out of this. Surely not, right?
Surely not. Nathan, there we go. Doesn't even no scope. There's nothing to chance. I would have. I probably would have missed. 7-6 for Paquetá.
You only hit no scopes, Nate.
That is true. I only hit them. If I scoped, then I would have missed.
Yep.
That is a fair assumption. Nathan. In fact, everybody from Paquetá is doing quite decently. This has been a slugfest of a game. Everybody's putting in the work. Granted, DGT is the shining star of his team at 15. But everybody's about even. There's no hard bottom frag. There's no one struggling. No. We talked about Buddha kind of struggling individually in the last 3 months. It's not the case here. He's fragging alongside David, alongside Max. He's having some good impact.
Yeah, DGT is almost double above his next teammate.
He has been heads and shoulders above them. I'd expect Try, though, to pick up the slack, especially on the CT side with the op.
Yes.
But as it stands, yeah, he has been the only real bright spot for them on the T side.
Yeah, Buddha's had a couple of critical kills, though. High impact. Not a lot of high amount of kills, but good impact frags. Opening up space in the round, securing routes down to the B site, in particular that Tech 9 on ramp comes to mind. But definitely for sure, DGT doing everything. David wins that fight. Too late on the peak from Try. That boost was not far enough, and that box spam ain't gonna work there, Try. Molotov will force the player out in position. Ali peeks into the fire and gets punished for it. A great flick over by Try. Catches him through the corner of the box. Now we're into a level 4v4. With 9Z having a good amount of time on the clock. 55 seconds to go. Max lurking outer yard while his teammates still sit in lobby. Chuck utility towards the upper side. Buddha top of the smoke. Try trades it back and Yell falls to Max. 2v2, but the damage is going in the favor of Paquetá. The bomb recovered for 9Z though, but this opposition for Nithon is going to be hard to overcome for 9Z. Max is out here. Where is Try? He's grouping up very late in the time. It's going to be a very big factor. Not a lot left for 9Z. And if they are spotted, then their decision will be known. Ooh. There's a field goal kick by Nithon who gets a drive-by. And the opportunity is here. They're going back. They're going into Destiny's cross. Destiny's going to go down. He spot the fake. He swallowed the line. Oh, they jump. He knows.
knows, but can he find them both? Who has the bomb? It's Try. He could stop the bomb plant. Max is holding this. Well done from Max. That is the wise call. Planning around the silo as well for good measure. They know where Destiny normally plays. Well read by 9Z. Equally well read by Destiny. The issue is it's a 1 versus 2 clutch, and he has 2 players to worry about. Could have gone either direction, but it was well played by 9Z. 7-7 secured. This last round will decide who emerges with the advantage going into the second half. And the issue is, Paquetá, their economy is in dire straits. 2 5.7s, a FAMAS, an MP9, a Deagle. No kit to be spoken of. A little bit of utility for some spice in the round, but there should not be a chance. Not against the full suite of AKs and the op. I say that, but it's a lobby crunch. An aggressive play, a very big change of pace for the CT side. DGT, Alamo outlines 2, but he's taken down by the nade. 3 versus 2 for Paquetá as the dust settles. Max, this is a timely flank, and it could work with his teammate out back towards T-spawn. It's all on the timing. Venomzera, he gets a rifle. He walks by, timing not in Max's favor. This is so awkward. Ale holding his line. I love this angle from him. He could catch one or he could catch the other. Blocking for the op. Or the Tech 9 in hand just doesn't find the head. Try 22 HP, unseated by the FAMAS. The last alive. No, it's Max instead, unseated by the FAMAS. The last is the op. He's known. It's 8-7. Paquetá recover. We'll see if they can continue to maintain the momentum after the break. Paquetá stem the bleeding in the final round of the first half. The question is, can they maintain that momentum or whatever want to call it. It was only one round, but you could say momentum into the second half. The difficult side of Nuke, the T side of Nuke. I'm Pineapple Phillips, joined by Boggs and Paquetá. They're taking a far more measured approach to their T side offensive than 9Z, slowing things down, exchanging blows, and thus far it has been 1-for-1. Nython for David. Aggression towards the ramp is the mid-round call. Minute 25 left. A good flash to get them out. They will quickly gain control, but there are no kills to be spoken of beyond the first pair. Try down below towards the double doors is looking for something at range. The USP should be favored in this kind of engagement, but they aren't going to take the duel outright. They're going to fall back. They're hoping DGT over asserts towards the elbow. That is clearly not the case. Neither is there a flank. 9Z are playing very measured on their defense. They're leaving nothing to chance. Surely it does. With this armor, it allows DGT to maybe buy an MP9. Even if a Moss. Yeah. Granted, we talk about that weapon ad nauseum, about how much we hate it, but at this level, if they know the spray, it can definitely do a lot of damage. We'll have to see exactly what the call is. He might actually just save. No, it's going to be a buy. I was going to say save and then maybe get the op in the following, but no. Even then, I don't know if it would be enough. It's going to be a full investment. He does get the FAMAS, as you mentioned. A Scout, 2 Deagles, and a 5-7. It's a potent buy. We've seen the pistols work out in this respect before. The question is, can the Scout do the early damage? Try. He's in towards the garage. He's looking for the opening, but no one's giving it. They're just jump spotting. That's a failed flash. That's an NA flash. I think we were watching Made in Brazil, but no. Watching 9Z.
It's so weird that Made in Brazil is actually classified as an NA team now.
They're ours, Boggs. They're not
Yep.
playing the South American qualifier for fun.
Yeah, they made it through the open qualifier, if I remember right. So they didn't get an invite because they only get invites to the North American side of things. There's a nice tag on the Venom Zeta from Try. DGT does have that FAMAS in hand. Max looking for a gap in the smoke. He will retreat to the safety of Mini. Buddha. He's there with Max. Although I think the 5-7 should be taking point out of that duel, not the Deagle.
Probably should. I must say that 5-7 matches the 9Z colors perfectly as well.
It does. That's good color combo.
It is.
Ooh.
Perfect color combo. Destiny, though, patiently waiting in towards the squeaky door, finds David. Spams at the smoke, does some damage, shows a little bit of chaos, but doesn't get a kill. Try instead is the one to open it, finding Destiny. Yell, trades, but Try on sight. No scopes a second, tags a third. He looks for it, he finds it. He's trying to keep his team in it. It's just Venom's there, 28 HP, and it's Try. The top frag, not even the top frag. In fact, he's only just about tied it. No, DGT's taken 19, but Try. The scouter, the opper, the scoped weapon wielder. He said he would wake up in the second half, and he has. What was that, 4 kills in the round?
Yep.
I think so.
4 kills. Hero play, too. Back silo with a scout of all things.
No
That's how to
scoping,
take over a
pistoling.
round.
Yeah. Now Nython's turn to try to do the same, but it's going to be far more difficult on the T side.
Max is going to eat some early damage, probably tagged by the scout of Nython, given how much health he has left. Try just almost gets caught off guard. He's got an AK instead of a scout. I don't know. I almost want to see him on the scout again. Just no-scoping people, jumping around, shooting people, tagging people, fragging people. That was a fun display of scouting prowess from Try. It's not around you'll see every day. I believe he saw a shadow, too. Yep, he sees Nython's shadow for sure. And he drops down, repositions, help from up top, damage being taken, but try clearing up one. Too many targets to find a second out of, though. And Buddha does get dropped as well. Now it's a man advantage for Paquetá, and this is going to get a bit interesting for 9Z to try and battle back. This was a 4-spy from the T side, and 9Z are the ones now with the money. It is getting a bit more dire for the CT side here to try and tie this one up. They're the team that's now down on the back foot. A great tag onto Dave. That's 2 players in the red practically. 30 and 28 HP. Only DGT has full amount of health. Paquetá are still just mulling around outside. They will have to make a move. But they've done the damage. They've opened the opportunities. Oh, the lineup! That's great damage from David. 1 plus more. That is massive.
This thing is huge. This is the power position. If he can hold it down, anything's possible. One secured, looking for the second, jumping down. Max is trying to take fancy duels, quick duels, given his low HP. Both players incredibly low, in fact. The scout could one-shot them both. They need to be very careful. The bomb plant will be secured for Decon. DGT coming the ramp, though. This is a very quick play. It could catch out the player default. Destiny, does he hear the steps? I think he does. It's going to be a duel that means everything. Destiny, an M4 in hand. I think he's unknown as well. Max coming down the vents, looking for Venom's area. He finds it. Good shot. And now it's all in timing. Destiny, he knows he has to pick this fight quickly and then fall away. He's pushing forward, finds it. Good timing onto DGT. And now Max, he doesn't have the kit, but he does not have the right position. This player towards the ramp is just dancing with him, playing with him. Destiny, he's won the round. No time left for Max. It forces him away. They'll both try to save their rifles for another day. The Galil will survive on Max. Yes, it shall. So there is a gun coming into the following, but it's been an eco-round victory, followed by an eco-round victory. 2 4-spies coming to fruition for both sides of the equation.
Begun the 4-spy wars have, Nate. And this is where things start to get a little more weird in this game. It was a narrow victory for 9Z yesterday on this map. And now, it's no different in the scoreline here. Paquetá double Mac 10s, a Galil on Nithon, AK M4A1, Famas on Max, who ducks down deep. DGT giving that Galil. Max first contact, they do not expect him. And Venom Zera goes down first. Mac 10 now trying to make a move to take down this Famas. But Max with another one on the Famas, gets damage onto a third and a fourth as well. That is massive impact from one man alone, marooned in secret. And a man advantage for 9Z to try and continue the 4-spy wars. Nobody's been able to break serve yet, Nate. Somebody's going to have to do it.
Somebody has to stabilize. The issue is when you're always in these scrappy fights, the longer they last, the more T-sided they get. Because the CT side they'll get the same amount of loss bonus, but they'll have more expenses. They'll have the kits. The rifles cost a heck of a lot more. $20.50 for the FAMAS compared to $1,800 for the Galil. Just way more economic upkeep. That will do them in unless they can get it quickly. Buddha, 1 for 1. Good trade from Destiny, but Try pesters from the sidelines, takes down Nithon. It's Destiny. Is that a decent map 1? He's the top of his team, but he has to do it all. 1v3, and there's so many angles. All 3 players circling like sharks. They get the frag, and 9Z find the round. 9-10, trailing by 1. The economy of Paquetá is in a very difficult spot. They will call a pause. I think this might be a tech pause rather than a tactical pause.
Looks like a tech.
We're seeing another 4-spy.
And it sounds like a tech. It's probably a tech.
Yeah. It's going to be another 4-spy box.
Yep.
Paquetá,
although
it's
this
a better
4-spy
buy
is a little bit stronger.
It's less evenly spread, I think is the best way to put it. Because there's 2 players that, in fact 3 players actually, that are going with no Kevlar. They dropped the AKs to Ala and Yell.
Which could definitely work.
Definitely work, but it's very curious to me. The 2 players, like, no one's struggling, right? But it is the 2 players at the bottom of the board that are getting the AKs.
Which is a bit
that's probably how the economy worked out.
Yeah.
And they didn't have enough for an AK to drop to their teammates, so that's just how it has to be. But it is very curious, and it's really speaking to the economic disparity we're going to see here. 9Z, they're not out of the woods either, but the fact that they could save 3 weapons from the round prior really helps them in their economic situation. They have 1 MP9, 2 Galils, an AK, an M4, decent utility, kits, heavily favored in round 20.
Yeah, they're definitely favored, but they can still get overwhelmed. The AKs can open up some space. It's dropped rifles to be recovered. The lack of Kevlar on 3 does pose an issue for Paquetá, though. That's the main thing to keep an eye on. Not sure. In theory, it would be a heavily favored round for 9Z. In practice, I'm not so sure, given how the second half has transpired. It's definitely one of those where sanity kind of gets tossed out the window until somebody can stabilize things, and nobody's been able to do so far. I'm also curious as to what the tech problem is.
I'm curious as well, but how it is. Hopefully this isn't a lengthy one either way. We saw, what, a 45-minute tech pod today with some updates?
Yeah,
Through
that was
everything
between
on
map
the
1
back
and
end
2.
haywire. Yeah, it was bad. Hoping for nothing similar in this one. Or just a brief, maybe a match medic at most. But
Yeah,
I
it
don't
might
know.
be a ping thing again, though, because we did have some of those issues last night.
And 9Z
I'm
are
hoping
playing
it's
from
not.
Argentina, and it's hosted in Brazil, from what I understand. So
Argentina and Uruguay.
exactly.
And if memory serves me right, it's either David or Max who's Chilean.
So we could have a bunch of different connections that all could go wrong, you know?
Yep.
That's how online tournaments are. That's how they'll always be.
But it's the way the cookie crumbles.
Yes, it is. If 9Z, though, if they can win this round, they can begin to even out the economy. They should be able to take over this game from here. Ollie and Yell will drop AKs if that's the case, assuming, you know, they don't get the opportunity to save, which they probably won't save. That will get them 0 loss bonus in the loss.
It doesn't seem like there would be much reason to save, given the situation score-wise or economically.
Yeah. So if 9Z can tie this up at 10 apiece, get those AKs, everything definitely becomes far more attainable and far more favored for 9Z on their map pick.
Folks, I think we're going to try and take a break here because this one is taking a while. So stick around. We should not be too much longer. We'll be back with the resumption of 9Z Paquetá in just a little bit. We're not, folks. We're going to figure out what's going on here. Apologies on the delay and everything going on. But
You thought we stopped talking. We didn't stop talking.
we're just making sure you're paying attention.
Making sure you're paying attention. Exactly. It is still essentially a break, but it's not a break for us. We have to sit here and talk.
All right, no, we do have the green light now, so we're going to cut to that break, folks. Figure out what's going on. We'll be back in just a second. Stay tuned.
Hold on to you. Kick back, relax, there's no rush. And wrapping things up for good. Feels like you're my first crush. Back then in the neighborhood. And higher we fly, admire the beautiful things you do. And higher we fly, desire these moments just with you. With you, with you, with you, with you, oh, with you, with you, with you, oh, with you, with you, with you, oh, yeah. It never felt so right with you. I'm gonna hold on to you, hold on. Hope you feel the same way too. I'm gonna hold on to you, hold on. It never felt so right with you. I'm gonna hold on to you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The pause is only a little bit longer. We could have hung on, but of course we had no idea. Welcome back to the action. It is indeed the Force buys the investments. It's very haphazard from Paquetá. 2 players with armor and AKs, 3 with no armor and less than ideal weaponry. Versus 9Z's investment and MP9, Galil's, and AK and M4 kits, everything they could desire except for the riflery. 9Z are well poised to send this over the line to stabilize and hopefully, by extension, take over their own map pick. They have found the opening onto Destiny. He was the heavy hitter for this team of Paquetá. He only had a deagle in this round, but nonetheless, first kill goes their way. Coming the second as well, the third as well. Max in towards the garage, finds 2. Try from top behind the AC, finds yet another. It leaves Ale, one of those 2 AKs in hand, and he is not alive for long. He's felled. David gets an upgrade for the MP9 to the AK. And that is exactly what 9Z needed. A convincing victory with 4 surviving. They get an upgrade for the SMG. They win 2 in a row to stabilize. And now they are firmly in the driver's seat. Paquetá have no money, next to nothing to work with. It should be just Glocks in this round. And that will give 9Z yet another clean round to build up the economy and the lead by extension.
Yeah, this is 9Z's opportunity to completely grab this map and take it home. Run it all the way to the end zone for an American football reference. Yeah, with a nice surfing ability, but unfortunately, the cool points don't equate to a victory of any sort. It's a flawless mop-up for 9Z, as it's just a spray down on the A site. There's their lead, and if I'm not mistaken, Nate, their first lead in this map. I think this is the first time 9Z have actually had a lead here.
They might have had a 1-round lead, I want to say.
Maybe 4-3.
Be very early on. Yeah, that early, maybe even earlier. I think it was a 3-2, maybe. But this is when it matters. It's the end of the game now. It's the dying embers of Nuke. Right before the reactor goes super critical, and they're the ones ahead. Paquetá, they have to invest, but they didn't get a bomb plant in the last couple rounds, which means they'll have AKs, but they're lacking utility. Only smokes and flashes remain. 4 smokes is a lot. But no Molotovs, no nades, no direct damage, or actually indirect damage, excuse me, to be spoken of. That makes an A site take next to impossible. Paquetá have to play all their cards right if they want to find victory in this rifle round. And if they don't, 9Z will continue to build that economy, continue to build up that momentum. And from there, it's only 4 more rounds to victory on map 1.
Nithon takes a lot of damage. Yell eats a little bit as well, but there is a secret slink as Venomzera has made his way on over. Yell grouping up as well, creeping behind the smoke, but a lot of damage taken by the aforementioned Venomzera, down to 40 HP. A lot of outer yard control conceded by 9Z, but they have to know this is going on. Slow and steady. Ambulating around the map. Venomzera strikes, doesn't do much damage, runs around, and David puts him down. There's the first kill of this round, and we only have 30 seconds to go. Destiny creeping onto the A side. A player and Mustang, a player back silo. Buddha spots him out. Mustang gets the kill. David still around as well. Try doubles up, and Buddha helps out the trade onto Ale. Yell up towards heaven. Dropping onto site, making all the noise in the world, recovering the bomb, and he will fall. DGT just baiting it out. 2 rounds lead now for 9Z. No plant equals no full money for Paquetá. It will be half buy at best for the T side, and 9Z now able to put this into drive and a run forward.
And the cruise control. We saw their anti-eco last time against the Glocks. It's not going to be Glocks this time. It's going to be Tech 9s, a Deagle. Nithon has just a Molotov for it. Probably a fast A pop if I had to guess. I had to assume. We'll see what the play is. Either way, 9Z should be fast-tracked to 13. Quick play towards A, though. Could be awkward. Could be chaos. Goes down the fence instead. David finds 1. The players bump into each other, and that leads to some critical damage. The bomb might be planted amidst the chaos, but to see player backside caught by the nade try as well, dropping Nithon. It's just Ale and Destiny, both low on HP. Ale will attempt the bomb plant. He will get it as well. Max doesn't swing the door until after it gets planted. Destiny, though, no horse in this race. He's caught by Buddha. It's a clean and flawless one for 9Z. Sure, they let the bomb plant go down, but they're still firmly in control of the round and the map by extension, might I add. It's 13-10. What is that? Is that 3 or 4 rounds in a row now?
I want to say
it's
4.
4. And only
I
3
wanna
rounds
say 4.
separate them from a 16th.
Yeah, they're looking good here, 9Z. They're starting to look a lot more comfortable, shaking off a lot of what they had going wrong for them in the first match, or the second matchup yesterday. Looking a lot better here. Op is out for Nithon. No op for Try, even though he does have the money. Don't necessarily need that, though, right now. Slow and steady it goes. Nithon looking around, peeking. That op leading the charge, just running outside very aggressively. Buddha will catch off Ale in the meantime. Try back credit cards, looking for that pick. Destiny up top, Hut spotted and removed. Well done by Try, who doubles it up onto Yell out towards red. And that's a collapse again for Paquetá. Nothing answering back, not even a, well, 2 points of damage, but I don't really think that matters too much as Try gets a third. Nithon just running into the open where Try is holding Dangle. Try will take the fight and is feeling it all. He's also eclipsed DGT. Nate is up to 27 kills.
The Opera woke up without an op in hand. He's absolutely skyrocketed to a stellar performance. That was a 4K there with the M4, a 4K in the second round with the Scout and the USP. It has been a star-studded performance for him on this CT side. We expected him to have a fair bit of impact, but we could not have expected it that much. 2 4Ks on the CT side, and he pretty much put the team in the backpack. At this point, it feels like we're going off to map 2. That is Overpass. 2 rounds are what separate 9Z from victory here. And it feels like they can do no wrong, especially not with a juggernaut like Try in the driver's seat.
Yeah, an Overpass is just going to open up for Try again, too. It's a much more favorable op map than Nuke. And Try is just showcasing his rifle ability, his opping ability, his scouting ability. There's a nice op pick onto Nithon, who was hanging out top Marshmallow. Destiny working in ramp with the rest of his teammates. Not going to clear the angle, not going to clear the corner. DGT 1 in almost a second. Let's say 1 in 80% of another. Venomzera late on the rotation, holding for a lobby flank from 9Z, who don't need to push. Because as far as they know, there's just 1 kill. It's gone back. It's still a man advantage. They don't need to overextend. They don't need to retake this map control because they have their bases covered. And that's the more important part. 9Z aren't panicking. They're not over-rotating. Like, okay, cool. You got some space? Fine. We know you have it. We'll let you have it. Try and actually do something with the round. Good luck. Have fun.
They're just waiting with a Molotov. 35 seconds left. They're spotted towards Hut. I believe both of them were spotted as well. At this point, they're grasping at straws. There's no chance. There's 3 players waiting for them. Or 2, excuse me. All his flanks. He does find 1. He tags a second. But David, back old Vents, finds 2 in response. Trades it out and maintains a 2 versus 1 advantage. Plant will go down. Max in heaven and the op and Vents to distract. It was a valiant attempt. I like the idea from Allah. I didn't even realize that Allah was on the flank in towards heaven. But he pulls it off. Not enough in the end, but did give him a shot in the dark. Fortunately, the shot does not ring true. 15 to 10 secured. You said what, 4 in a row, like 2 rounds ago? It's like 6, maybe even 7 in a row.
It's
4
6,
9Z?
maybe
6?
7, at least 6. I'm gonna say 6.
Guaranteed 6, maybe even 7. Either way, it's dominance. 9Z. They pour away. And it looks like they're going to close the game as well. Paquetá, a decent investment. That bomb plant. A Galil, AK's okay utility. What is the call? I would do something
That's a
no
weird
nonsense,
molly.
something more aggressive. But it's going to work out. The utility isn't really there. They do trade out well onto the site. Destiny getting a second. DGT, though, from heaven keeps things even and honest. And Venomzera is at 4 HP. Flash coming in for Mini. Cat swinging through, finds 1. Good trade from Ala, but his teammate falls in the meanwhile. Leaves him in the 1v2. He's dinked. He's down. The Tech 9 from Try is what's required. He doesn't eclipse the 30 bomb, but he does get 29, and he does secure the map for his team as well. Very well done from 9Z. It could have gone either direction at the halfway point, but 9Z do show us why Nuke is their map pick.